Hey, folks, welcome or welcome back, as the case may be. I'm wishing you a not good welcome back to the channel. I find myself here in Brisbane, Australia, with a trans-Pacific flight to Los Angeles. When you fly across the Atlantic, it's over the pond. I don't know what it is when you fly across the Pacific. Anyway, I do know it's a very long way, a very long distance, and you need a hefty airplane to do it. So we've got one. We're flying the PMDG Boeing 777-300 model. So certainly enough oomph to do the job, even though it's just two engines. If you find yourself watching for more than a couple of minutes, feel free to watch to the end. If you like what you see, I sure do appreciate a good thumbs up. If you've watched to the end, then take on another one of my videos. If you find you've watched a couple of them, hit that big old subscribe button and you'll be notified for more. Anyway, glad to have you along for the ride. We are cold and dark here at Gate 85, out at the big end of the airport. Big end for the big planes. Now, unfortunately, a known problem with this version of Prepared is that the jet bridges are known not to work. So sorry about that. I think in Prepared Prepared 5.2 they did work, but 5.3 somehow they don't work. So no jet bridges. Anyway, what is this little truck coming to visit me for? I didn't ask for him to come, but he's here nonetheless. Maybe he's a supervisor wondering why I left a puddle on his tarmac. I don't know. Anyway, let's hop aboard the aircraft, cold and dark. First thing I want to do is set up our virtual first officer. Wonderful program by the folks at FS2 Crew. And the first officer is going to run the putting electricity on the airplane.
Okay, let's get set up.
That ringing you hear is the jet bridge attaching, even though if you look out, it is certainly not attaching. He's doing his electric power upflow, and while he is putting power on the airplane, I am going to take care of business with the ground connections. So yeah, I'm going to go to Flight Simulator Actions, Ground Connections. We have connecting ground power on dual jetway plugins. Ground power is now connected. And how about we fuel truck? We'll request a fuel truck. Request cargo. Nothing in the bulk cargo today. Oh, I can hear he's active. There goes that supervisor car. Here comes the fuel truck and the baggage, or the pallet. Because we are a heavy airplane, we're not taking individual bags. We're taking palletized luggage, palletized bags. So the pallet loaders are in place. Forward cargo door is open. Aft cargo door is opening. Pallet loaders are rising up to do the job. Looks like the fuel truck is connected. Block fuel needed today is 111,000 kilos. Cargo today is 8,407 kilos. We have 337 fine and wonderful passengers. So let's load that in. How about now? We're at 135,000 right now, but I'm going to round up for our needs to 120,000. $300 in economy out of 316 passable, 30 in business out of a capacity of 42, and 7 in first class out of a capacity of 12. We'll go ahead and put 4,000 pounds in the forward, or kilos rather, in the forward. 4,407 in the aft, and 0 in the bulk. So that's 8,407, and as you see, it matches the 8,407 of our cargo. So we have our 337 passengers, we have our 8,407 cargo, and we have 120,000 kilos for the fuel. So our weight and balance should be complete.
I'm out for the walk around.
Okay, first officer is going to do his walk around. We are in a Boeing 777-300. Our engines are rated between 90 and 115,000 pounds of thrust. Our air-act cycle is current. We are starting today at YBBN, Brisbane Airport, on the east coast of Australia. We are at gate number 85. Our last position is here, and our gate position is here, so the aircraft has not been moved. Our GPS position is set. We're heading to Los Angeles today. We do have a company route. We're going to be on the CISO 1 departure on runway 1 right, and our transition is Gumkey, and hopefully when we come in this will not have changed by then. We're hoping for the based 1 arrival off of runway 6 right, and our transition there is Hull. So execute that. These are oceanic routings. I'm not a fan of that vector, so we'll get rid of the vectors. And that is wonderful. We have our weight and balance information calculated. So there's our zero fuel weight, 205.9. Our gross weight, cruise altitude is flight level 310. Cost index is 15. Reserves are 2.2. No limit on the thrust. Flaps today is 20. Calculated center of gravity, trim 6.25, and our calculated V speeds. We don't have V speeds. Usually when you don't have V speeds, it means you've got a weight and balance problem. ...337 passengers. 8407 on the cargo. We are within our envelope. I don't know why we don't have V-speed. That is distressing to me. Nope, that's not it. I'm distressed with no V-speeds. Well, we'll get it worked out.
Okay, I'm back from the walk around and everything looks good.
Okay, he's back and he's going to continue his checks. Let's check our oxygen on our side. That's good.
Hi guys, can we start boarding now?
Absolutely.
Yep, we're ready. You're cleared to board.
Thanks.
That's probably the problem. The Ataru system was not activated, and we don't have our IRS information yet. That's the problem. I'm sure of it. Well, not 100%, but pretty sure. Yeah, we'll get those once the Ataru or IRS system lines up. I'm confident we'll have those. He's going to do his pre-flight flow. Seatbelt sign on, no smoking sign to auto. He's doing fire tests. He'll do a test all the lights, annunciator light test. There's the annunciator light test. I'm going to turn on the left aft fuel pump in anticipation of the APU. Ataru inertial.
Monitor radar display.
Enter
Go around.
inertial
Wind shear
position.
ahead. Wind shear ahead. Wind shear ahead.
There we go. There's our V speeds. Okay, yeah, that was the issue.
TCAS test. Pass.
171 on the V2. 31,000 feet on the climb out.
Okay, I'm ready for the checklist.
Okay, first officer's ready for the checklist, and let's not disappoint him.
Pre-flight checklist.
Captain, set the parking brake first, please.
Oh, yes, we'll absolutely set the parking brake, and we'll actually do a brief.
Are you ready for the departure briefing?
Go ahead.
Okay, we're at a gate. The taxi route out to the departure runway will be as assigned by ATC. This airport uses ASDEX, so don't forget to turn the transponder on prior to taxi. We will use full thrust for takeoff. For the takeoff config today, we will use flaps 20. Packs will be on. Anti-ice is not required. No noise abatement departure procedure is required. Thrust reduction altitude is 1,000 feet. Acceleration altitude is 1,000 feet. Departure routing will be by the ATC assigned SID. As for the concerns, weather and terrain are both factors for the departure today. I'll be the pilot flying. During the takeoff roll, you call out any malfunction or warning and silence the oral warning. I'll call stop or go. I'll reject the takeoff for any warning or condition that significantly affects the safety of the flight. Before 80 knots, I'll reject the takeoff for any of the following: a takeoff configuration warning, a system failure, activation of the master caution system, a tyre failure, any unusual noise or vibration, abnormally slow acceleration, if a side window opens, a fire or fire warning, engine failure, predictive windshield warning, or if the aeroplane is unsafe or unable to fly. Between 80 knots and V1, I'll reject the takeoff for a engine fire or fire warning, engine failure, a predictive windshield warning, or if the airplane is unsafe or unable to fly. After V1, takeoff will be continued and no action will be taken below 400 feet above ground level other than to apply toga and silence the oral warnings. Any questions?
No questions.
The departure briefing is complete. Pre-flight checklist.
Pre-flight checklist. Oxygen.
Tested 100%.
Tested 100%. Flight instruments.
Heading 317. Altimeter 1013.
Heading 317. Altimeter 1013. Pre-flight checklist complete.
Okay, let's get the APU fired up. We can turn the beacon on. We can dismiss the fuel truck and dismiss the cargo loaders. Release the fuel truck. Release the cargo loaders. Cargo doors are closed. Close the cargo bolt door. The door right there. Okay. We have APU available, so we'll go on to APU. And we'll release the ground connection. We are off the ground cart.
Here's the load sheet for you. Have a nice trip.
We have the load.
Excellent, thank you.
Okay, we have the load sheet, so we can lock the cabin door. I forget where the cabin door lock is.
Ladies and gentlemen, a very warm welcome to you all. My name is Jasmine and I'm your cabin supervisor on your flight today. We would like to extend a warm welcome to our frequent flyers and guests from other international partner airlines. You've just stepped on board our Boeing 777. So we can depart as soon as possible, please take your assigned seat, observe the no smoking and fasten seatbelt signs. Only light hand baggage should be placed in the lockers above you. All other items must be placed under the seat in front of you. If you are sitting by an emergency exit, all of your hand baggage needs to be securely stowed in the overhead locker and the crew will be happy to assist you. We are here to help, so please do not hesitate to ask any one of us for assistance.
Ladies and gentlemen, greetings. This is the captain from the flight deck. Welcome on board. On behalf of my entire crew, it is my absolute pleasure to have you travelling with us today. We do expect to be getting underway very shortly, and we are expecting a generally smooth flight today. However, for your own safety, please ensure that you keep your seatbelt securely fastened at all times, just in case we encounter any unexpected turbulence, especially if you do intend to rest. We will keep you updated with our arrival time and weathering conditions. In a few minutes, the cabin crew will be demonstrating some very important safety information. I would appreciate it if you'd give them a few minutes of your full attention as they show you the safety features of the Boeing 777 aircraft. Thank you for your attention, and once again, welcome on board.
Hi Captain, we're ready to go in the back. Can I close the door now?
Absolutely.
That's great. Thanks very much.
Ground or flight deck. Go ahead. Communication check please, and confirm the brakes are set. Communications are okay and the brakes are set. Thanks.
before start procedure.
Check.
And he's going to do his before start flows.
Okay, I'm ready for the checklist.
Before start checklist.
Before start checklist. Flight deck door closed and locked. MCP.
V2 is 171. Heading track 360. Altitude 21,000 feet.
Takeoff speeds.
It should be 31.
V1 is 158. VR 162. V2 is 171.
CDU pre-flight.
Completed.
Completed. Trim.
4.0 units, 0 and 0.
Taxi and takeoff briefing.
We did the brief, right? Yes.
Completed.
Before start checklist complete.
Confirm all ground checks are complete and we are cleared to pressurise the hydraulics.
All ground checks are complete and you are cleared to pressurise the hydraulics.
We are ready for pushback and engine start. Facing southwest.
Roger. Facing southwest. Release brakes.
Parked. Brakes released.
Pushing back. You are clear behind and you can start your engines at your discretion.
Start right engine.
Starting right. Oil pressure.
Start
Ladies and
left
gentlemen,
engine.
we will now commence
Starting
the
left.
safety demonstration. Each aircraft may be different, so we'd appreciate your attention to the TV monitor closest to you.
Oil pressure.
Flaps 20.
Flaps 20. Pushback complete. Set parking brakes left.
Parking and brakes set. Roger.
Okay, let's do a control check. Elevator full forward, no binding, full deflection. Elevator full aft, no binding, full deflection. Right aileron, full deflection, no binding. Left aileron, full deflection, no binding. Right rudder,
Okay, the tow bar
full
is
deflection, no
disconnected
binding.
and the equipment
Left
is
rudder, full deflection, no binding. That is fine.
Thanks, and we can disconnect and go to hands. Thanks, have a safe flight. Before taxi checklist.
Before taxi checklist. Anti-ice auto. Recall checked. Flight controls.
Checked.
Ground equipment.
Clear.
Before taxi checklist complete.
Okay, and I'm not going to use the default air traffic control, so we're not going to have air traffic control at all. Rake off, let's get going. Brake check.
And we're clear on the left.
Clear right.
Whoa.
The cabin is ready. Cabin crew, take your seats.
Clear of the apron. Before takeoff checklist.
Before takeoff checklist. Before takeoff checklist complete.
Before takeoff checklist complete. Runway entry procedure.
Check. Clear on the approach.
Approaching 0, 1.
Take off.
Check.
On runway 0, 1.
Thrust set. $80 knots.
Check.
V1.
Rotate. Positive climb.
Gear up.
Gear up. $400 feet.
Select heading select.
Heading select. Climb.
Flaps 5.
Speed checked. Flaps 5.
Flaps 1.
Speed checked. Flaps 1.
Flaps up.
Speed checked. Flaps up.
We have an 8,000 foot constraint at Edicos.
After takeoff checklist.
After takeoff checklist. After takeoff checklist complete.
Transition altitude set standard.
Standard set.
At 10,000 feet, first officer is going to handle the lights. we're holding at 8,000 feet because of this constraint. We're holding at 250 knots. 8.5 miles to go. Passing. It's great. We get to 10,000 feet. First officer will do his flow.
Ten 10,000 feet.
Now we're gonna slowly level to get our speed up.
Ladies and gentlemen, the captain from the flight deck, we've now reached our cruising altitude and we're expecting smooth flying conditions, so I have switched the seatbelt sign off. However, please keep your seatbelt loosely fastened at all times whilst you are seated. Thank you.
Well, we're not quite at cruise. I'm going to give these folks a little bit of a break. It's a very, very, very long flight. And I'm going to give you folks a bit of a break as we continue climbing and into our cruise. We will rejoin you when it's time to set up for the landing in Los Angeles. Hope to see you soon. Well, folks, it might seem not much has changed since we last left, but we've actually flown through the night and into the morning. That's the easterly sun straight ahead of us. And we're going to begin our descent. So let's talk to the folks.
Ladies and gentlemen, greetings, the captain speaking. We're a couple of minutes away from commencing our descent. We do hope you have enjoyed our flight and our service today. Shortly I will be switching on the fasten seatbelt sign, so if you do need to be up and about, now would be a good time to do so. On behalf of the entire crew, thank you very much for choosing to fly with us, and we look forward to having you travel again with us in the future. Descent checklist.
Stand by. Descent checklist. Recall checked. Notes
Checked.
auto brake off. Landing data.
Are you ready for the approach brief?
Okay.
Okay, we'll be arriving via the ATC assigned star. Looking like we can expect the ILS approach. The decision altitude for this approach is 200 feet. We'll use flaps 30 for landing. The runway is dry. We will use max auto brake. After landing, please leave the APU off. The arrival airport uses ASDEX, so leave the transponder on after landing. And it looks like we'll be arriving at a gate today. Taxi route in will be as assigned by air traffic control. As for concerns, both weather and terrain are factors for the arrival today. Any questions?
No questions.
Approach briefing complete. VREF 000. Minimums 200 feet.
VREF 000. Minimums 200 feet. Approach briefing.
Completed.
Descent checklist complete.
Approach checklist.
Approach checklist. Altimeters
2992.
2992. Approach checklist complete.
please notify the cabin to prepare for landing.
we have a 17,000 foot constraint at Hull, so our descent has been abated, temporarily stopped until we reach Hull at 7 miles, and then we'll continue on. And we can make it down to 13,000 feet for our constraint at Grizzo. Coming upon 13,000 feet. We'll be going feet dry in California, just west of Oxnard. That coastline is Oxnard. And there's a Navy base, Point Mugu Naval Air Station, somewhere in this area. Don't know if we'll be able to see it or not. There's an airport right along our flight path. That might be it, just off to our nose, on our nose to our immediate left. I believe Point Mugu is the PM Pacific Missile Test Range, PMTR. Pacific Missile Test Range. A good friend of mine was stationed at Point Mugu when the U.S. Marine Corps considered buying the F-14 Tomcat. Eventually, the Marine Corps did not buy the Tomcat. He was in that development program if it were to happen. Okay, on to Ryder. Looks like we have an 11,000 constraint at Ryder, so we'll drop down to 11. There's the airport that I saw from the coast, just off our nose to the left. And we're coming up on 11,000 feet, get a little bit of a level off, 7 more miles to go to Ryder. Can lose another 1,000 feet down to 10,000 at Kiwi. Not seeing very much here. Oh, there we go. Got a little terrain between This is where the famous grapevine of Interstate 5 is located. This rocky, hilly country between Oxnard and Thousand Oaks down to Santa Monica in Los Angeles. So this is there's probably a name for these mountains. I don't know what it is, but there's a little mountain range where what's referred to as the grapevine when you're driving along Interstate 5. Slowly making our way down to 10,000 feet, 9 miles to Kiwi. At 10,000 feet, the first officer will turn on the landing lights and we'll go into a sterile cockpit environment for the rest of the flight. See if he catches those lights at 10,000 feet.
$10,000 feet.
Yep, there he goes. Very good.
Cabin crew, prepare for landing.
9,000 feet down to base. Staying at 9,000 feet for juice. to 7,000 feet for Cliffy. There's LAX Airport. And we're staying at 7,000 feet for Dwyer. Got a 20-knot tailwind, so we are setting up to do a 180-degree turn and have that nice wind on our nose for landing. And a half miles to Dwyer, coming down to 7,000 feet. feet for A. I'll take 1 notch of flaps.
Flaps 1.
Speed checked, flaps 1.
Flaps 2, please. Or flaps 5, rather.
Flaps 5.
Speed checked, flaps 5.
Mile and a half to A, 6,200 feet. Gear down, please.
Gear down.
Gear down.
Flaps 20.
Flaps 20.
Speed checked, flaps 20.
Arm the approach. Flaps 30.
Flaps 30.
We're above the flap speed.
Yeah, I know we are. Do it anyway. We won't be above the flap speed for very long.
Flaps 30.
We're above the flap speed.
Flaps 30.
We're above the flap speed.
Oh, I don't want to hear it. Autopilot off. Auto throttle off. Arm the speed brakes. Los Angeles, there's always traffic.
Radio altimeter alive. Cabin crew, take your seats.
Sync rate. Sync rate. Sync rate. Sync rate. Sync rate.
1,000 feet. Approach not stable.
Sync rate. Pull up. Pull up. Pull up. Pull up. Pull up.
Approaching minimums.
Pull up.
Minimums.
10.
Well, we sort of made it to Los Angeles. Let's go see if we can find a terminal.
Okay to clean up.
Check.
Ladies and gentlemen, for your safety and the safety of those around you, please remain seated with your seatbelt fastened and keep the aisles and exits clear until the seatbelt signs are turned off. Take care when opening overhead lockers, as items may have moved during our flight. Mobile phones may now be used on board, and smoking is not permitted inside the terminal. Thank you for choosing to fly with us. It's been our pleasure looking after you today. On behalf of your crew, we wish you a safe onward journey and hope to see you again soon.
Well, I'm at a loss. I see some terminal over there ahead of us, but I don't want to taxi that far. So I'm going to finish the flight here today. Made it to Los Angeles, more or less in one piece, I guess, sort of. Yeah, I'm sure there's a terminal around here somewhere. Yeah, there's the famous restaurant. The terminal's back there, and I'm not going there. Ha ha! So. Wish you folks good day. Until next time, I look forward to seeing you up in the friendly skies again. Thanks for joining me today. Have a good day. Bye.